Okay, hey guys, so today I'm going to do now the Ducks and Oilers, and then right after this video I'm going to do the Nashville Predators and the St. Louis Blues. So, I just was able to get the videos posted today. The other two that I did yesterday, I was trying to post them yesterday, but I couldn't. So now I'm going to do the last two. And the second round starts tomorrow, so I can't wait. But yeah, so Ducks and Oilers. So round two, Anaheim Ducks and the Edmonton Oilers. So the season series, Edmonton 3-2-0, and then for Anaheim it's 2-1-2. Last playoff meeting was 11 years ago, 2006 Western Conference Final, where the Oilers won the series 4-1, which I honestly can't believe that. The all-time playoff series is 1-0 for Edmonton, so I guess that's the only time they played in the playoffs. I'm going to tell you right away, just before I get into the actual preview. I thought, like, once I heard Edmonton and Anaheim, I was like, Anaheim. No doubt about it. Anaheim in, like, 4. That's what I thought, immediately. I don't know if that'll happen, but that's what I thought in the beginning, so. Okay, so the Ducks won the Pacific Division by going 46, 23, and 13 with 105 points. They swept the Calgary Flames in 4 games in the Western Conference first round. Honestly, I was not surprised. I expected Calgary to, like, win at least one game, like, one at least, and I kind of expected 2. I don't even remember what my prediction was, but they didn't win, so whatever. That's why I kind of feel the same way about Edmonton, because I always thought Calgary was better than Edmonton, so I thought if Calgary can beat them, then Edmonton's not going to, but obviously it's a different story. So they swept the Flames in 4 games. The Oilers finished second in the Pacific 47, 26, and 9 and eliminated the San Jose Sharks in 6 games. I did expect Edmonton to win the series, just like everything that I heard, like that Edmonton was so much better and that they would win in like 5. So after they went up 1-0 in the series, they lost. Like, they eventually lost the series to Sharks. So yeah. I did expect the Sharks to lose. Like, I read a bunch of articles and stuff, and then I always thought, and then, like, the whole time I thought that the Oilers would win in, like, what? 5 maybe even? So, they eliminated the San Jose Sharks in 6 games. The series begins tomorrow in Anaheim at 10:30 p.m. for Game 1. So, 3 out of the 4 first-round games for the Ducks were decided by 1 goal, including a 5-4 overtime win in Game 3 in Calgary. So, it's going to be a really close series, especially if it's a 1-goal game. 1-goal games are like the worst, especially if your team's down 1-0, you get so nervous and you're like, oh my god, oh my god. And especially if it's like the third period, then you go nuts, like it's, oh my god. So, it's going to be pretty close, especially if they're, like, I mean, the Ducks are lucky that they had 3 out of 4 games only decided by 1 goal, and they won them all, because obviously Calgary got swept, so, yeah. They were pretty lucky that they were able to do that. So, the Oilers went from 70 points in 2016 to 2017. 2015 to 2000. I put 2016 to 2000. I mess up every time. So the Oilers went from 70 points. Sorry guys, it stopped recording because I ran out of storage again. So the Oilers went from 70 points in 2000 last season, because I put 2016 to 2016. So last season, 70 points, to 103 points this season. They had not surpassed 100 points in a season, this is crazy, since 1986-9, 1987, that was 30 to 31 years ago, and that was when they won the Stanley Cup. So now, 30 years later, they're looking to win the Stanley Cup. Honestly, I'm seeing Ottawa in the playoffs for the first time in the second round, because I just started watching hockey like 3 years ago, and I haven't seen the Senators in round 2 yet, so this is going to be the first time. Anyway, so Edmonton I have not seen in the playoffs ever, so this is going to be the first time. So, yeah, they won the Stanley Cup 30 to 31 years ago in 1986 to 1987. So Edmonton is in the playoffs for the first time for 11 years. Edmonton is in the playoffs for the first time since 2006, so this is 2017. So they have not been in the playoffs for 11 years. And again, this is all like random, so if it sounds like all over the place, then that's why. So the Ducks are 18-9 in playoff games over the past 3 years. So they're pretty damn good. Yeah. So there's 5 main points to this series. Ryan Getzlaf leads the way. So Getzlaf, the captain for the Ducks, looked rejuvenated after the Ducks' 5-day break ended in early March, and it continued through the series against the Flames. His 5 points, 3 goals, 2 assists were tied for the Anaheim lead in the first round. And he looked like he had been playing with line mate Patrick Eaves for years, not weeks. Forward Ricard Raquel, that name always messes me up, and defenseman Shea Theodore each also had 5 points. Getzlaf led the Ducks in average ice time in the first round, 22 minutes 18 seconds, and imposed his will from the start with a goal, an assist, and a message, sending a hit against Flames defenseman Mark Giordano in Game 1. The second point, Connor McDavid's game-breaking ability. Honestly, Connor McDavid's I think he's 19 or 20. He's honestly awesome. He's the best. Him and Austin Matthews. Austin Matthews is American. Well, I was gonna say, yeah. Austin Matthews, Mitch Marner, and Connor McDavid are all really good, young players. So they're all really good. So the generational talent can produce something out of nothing whenever he steps onto the ice. So true. McDavid, who had 4 points, 2 goals, 2 assists. In 6 games against San Jose, was held in check by the Sharks. He didn't get his second goal of the series until he scored into an empty net in the last second of Game 6. That's crazy. McDavid, who won the Art Ross Trophy as the NHL regular season scorer with 100 points, will test the shutdown abilities of the Ducks' best checking line, center Ryan Kessler, a Selk Trophy nominee, and wings Andrew Cogliano and Jacob Silverberg. Oilers coach Todd McLellan said McDavid's line eventually had an impact against the Sharks in less obvious ways. It's not about winning, and this is what I have written down. It's not about winning a scoring title. Wait, yeah, that's right. Oh, I'm so stupid. Sorry, when I saw winning a scoring, I was like, what? So it's not about winning a scoring title in the playoffs, McLellan said. Connor was tremendous. He's honestly a great player. His line was excellent. They played with tenacity, tenacity. What the hell's tenacity? I'm gonna look up this word. Look it up. What tenacity is. I've never heard this word in my life. The quality or fact of being able to grip something firmly. So grip. Okay. So Connor was tremendous. His line was excellent. They played with grip and wore the other team down so the other lines could go out and create some offense. The third major point, health of the Ducks' defense. Theodore, a rookie defenseman, was a revelation in the first round, but the Ducks will need number 1 defenseman Cam Fowler and top 4 defenseman Sami Vatanen to return if they want to go on a long playoff run. Fowler, who missed the first round with a knee injury sustained April 4th against the Flames, has resumed practicing. Vatanen, it's hard to say that, I don't know how to say it, upper body was limited to 1 game against the Flames but practiced on Monday. The fourth is Cam Talbot. Cam Talbot has been amazing from what I've seen in the series. I think he had a shutout or 2 shutouts. I don't even know. I know he had 1 for sure because of the 1-0 win in San Jose. So Cam Talbot. So much for those late season fears about Talbot's heavy workload. Talbot, who set an Oilers record with 42 victories in the regular season, had a 2.03 goals against average, a .927 save percentage, and 2 shutouts against the Sharks. I knew he had 1 at least and 2. Yeah, 2. I knew it. He has plenty of help in front of him. Defenseman Chris Russell had a series-high 27 blocked shots. That's really good. Honestly, when players block shots, I would never even do that. I'd be like, go ahead and shoot. I don't care. I mean, obviously you can if you're a freaking hockey player. But, oh my god, I would cry like a baby because I would hurt a lot. Like a puck. Oh my god. So, 27, series-high 27 blocked shots. I can't even speak. Why the hell am I doing YouTube if I can't speak? Including 5 in Game 6 after leading the league during the regular season, 213. The last point. Ryan Kessler plays the heavy. Kessler doesn't run from the role of the villain, rather he embraces it. The more booing, the better. When the series shifts to Edmonton for Games 3 and 4, there will be plenty of it, based on the previous reception given to Kessler in Canadian cities. Let me sit normally. I'm not even sitting properly. What am I doing? Okay, so there will be plenty of it based on the previous reception given to Kessler in Canadian cities. He'll have his hands full trying to contain McDavid. It's so obvious that I'm like reading off a like this is on my notepad, by the way. So yeah. I'll admit the 5 points I copied them from another site. Okay, so he'll have his hands full trying to contain McDavid. Kessler won the Selk Trophy. Is it called the Selk E Trophy, or is it just a Selk? I think it's called the Selk Trophy as the league's top defensive forward when he was with the Vancouver Canucks in 2011. He is a Selk finalist for the 5th time after another strong two-way performance this season. 22 goals, 36 assists, ±8 rating. Now, by the numbers. So 18. The Ducks haven't lost in regulation since March 10th at the St. Louis Blues 4-3, going 11-0-3 in the regular season and 4-0 in the playoffs. So they've won 18 straight. Like not straight, but like they've gone 18 games without losing in regulation, which is like really good. So they're 4-0 in the playoffs, 11-9. Then they finished the season 11-0-3. So the number of game-winning goals by Oilers forward Zach Kassian in the series against the Sharks. In 79 regular season games, he had 7 goals, and none of them were a game winner. Kassian has 6 game winners in 313 NHL regular season games. 6 in 313. Oh my god. 53.4. That's the percent of faceoffs won by the Ducks against the Flames. That's crazy. Anaheim was 3rd in the league in the first round, trailing the Minnesota Wild 57.4 and Toronto Maple Leafs 54%. So they're 3rd. So they're a good faceoff team. So Edmonton needs to be good on the faceoffs. So now in the spotlight. Let me just fix that. So for the Ducks, John Gibson, goaltender. So Gibson is 23 years old. He has been dubbed with the Ducks. Oh my god, I can't. This is so embarrassing. Gibson, 23, has been dubbed the Ducks goaltender of the future for years. His play finally caught up with the hype when he won his first playoff series, starting all 4 games. Gibson had some help from backup Jonathan Bernier in Game 3, when he was pulled after allowing 4 goals on 16 shots, but responded with a strong bounce-back performance in Game 4 by making 36 saves. He went 25, 16, and 9 with a 2.22 GAA .222 GAA, .924 save percentage, and 6 shutouts. That's honestly really good, which ranked 6th in the league in the regular season. So for the Oilers in the spotlight, Leon Draisaitl, forward. The biggest impact player against Anaheim in the regular season was not McDavid or even former Ducks Patrick Maroon. Isn't Maroon on the Oilers now? I think he is. It was Draisaitl, 21, who seems to love playing against the Ducks. He had 8 points, 6 goals, 2 assists in 5 games, including 2 goals in overtime. Against the Sharks, he wasn't much of a factor until Game 5. When he set up the game winner in overtime with a brilliant pass, and Game 6 when he scored the first goal on a breakaway. Draisaitl had the flu during the series. That sucks. During the series, during the playoff series, it must suck to have the flu or some kind of illness or injury. It probably sucks to not be able to play. So keys to victory. So for the Kings, for the Ducks, their ability to contain McDavid at 5-on-5, their veteran leadership, and Gibson. So Gibson has obviously been really good. They have to contain McDavid on 5-on-5 play and their veteran leadership. One of the keys to their first round victory was their ability to control play at even strength. My voice is starting to act up again. The Ducks have plenty of veteran leadership with Kessler, and Corey Perry. They will need to get the same consistent goaltending they received from Gibson in the first round. I need to get a drink before I literally lose my voice. Alright. So basically, Gibson was the key factor in round 1. So the Ducks are going to have to continue being good, and Gibson has to continue being good for them to win the series. So for the Oilers is Talbot. Well, Talbot's speed and physical play. So Talbot likely will be tested more than he was against the Sharks. Obviously, the Sharks are not as good, who were ailing at center. The Ducks are deep down the middle with Getzlaf, Kessler, and Antoine Vermette and Nate Thompson. McDavid and Draisaitl want to play a fast game. Honestly, fast-paced games are so exciting, but they're so nerve-wracking. Because, like, one time your team is, like, shooting, and then it's a really good chance, and then 2 seconds later, you got scored on. It's like, oh my god. Honestly, I love, like, fast play, fast pace, but it's crazy. So, Milan Lucic, Maroon. I knew Maroon was on the Oilers. Maroon and Castian all played a role in the Oilers advancing to the second round, and they give Edmonton 3 big physical bodies to push back physically against Anaheim. Something you probably wouldn't have said before this season. That's all I have. So, the next video will be the Blues and the Preds for round 2 also. So, I hope you guys like my video. Oh wait, the prediction, right? So, my prediction for this series is going to be, like I said in the beginning, I thought it was going to be the Ducks in 4 or 5. Some people are saying the Oilers, some people are saying the Ducks, I'm pretty sure. Honestly, if the Oilers can be like really good and Talbot is really good, honestly, I'll say whoever has better goaltending, because like both teams have really good players that can score goals. I think it'll come down to who's the better goalie or who plays better in net. So whoever wins or whoever is the better goalie, I say will win in 6 or 7, because I'm pretty sure, despite how good the goalies are, I think it can go to a game 7. The Ducks have home ice advantage. They start tomorrow at 10:30 p.m. Game 1 in Anaheim. So good luck to the Oilers and Ducks for that. And now one more video to go. So I will see you guys in my next video, which is going to be in like 10 seconds.